Hi there. Congratulations to the Springboks for winning the Rugby World Cup final against the All Blacks in 2023. Magnificent, fantastic achievement. I don't think people realize what was done and how it was done. I want to congratulate the players, the support staff, the coaches on all levels, everybody involved in this World Cup, prior to this World Cup, in especially the time running up since what I believe the two men who are responsible for this started with the Springboks, and that would be Jacques Nienaber and Rassie Erasmus. So, well done from the bottom of all South Africans' hearts, and you've really done something very, very special. I am sending you this message because the enormity of what you've achieved, I don't think is realized by most, and especially in the way that you've done it. Now, nobody understands the eccentricity, the approach that you, Rassie and Jacques, has had, will have, on whatever you put your heads to, or your hands onto, or what you take on. How serious you took it, so the passion in you, and then the commitment, the hard work. I think I have a faint or very small understanding of it, and it's to do with how you approach things in life, I believe. Now, some time ago, but during the World Cup in the last 2 weeks or so, maybe less, I saw the headlines of a certain article online, news clip if you want to call it that Sir Clive Woodward, the ex-England rugby team's manager during especially their 2003 World Cup campaign, of which they won the World Cup, said he wishes that the Springboks do not win this 2023 Rugby World Cup. That made me fairly sad, because during that time, what Sir Clive Woodward achieved with the England rugby team forced respect from me, with his actions, with the actions of his players, really. And when someone else made me change my mind about them and respect them more for their achievements and their work rate and work ethic, it saddens me when they make comments such as these. However, much to the surprise and my surprise, last night after the match, and also this morning, I again saw two different headlines, but meaning literally the same, or basically the same thing, that Sir Clive Woodward suggests that the powers to be the English rugby or England rugby should approach Rassie or look at Rassie to be involved with English rugby, and it's because of his eccentric way of approaching the game and coaching and management stuff. The same outcry or similar outcry I saw in a headline form that Bafana says, Rassie, please help. And I'll touch on that very briefly. I believe that through the years, Bafana, or the South African soccer team has had fantastic players. With that I include all of Africa. I believe African-born players have the most skill, natural soccer ability and skill that you can have in a package. It's very, very sad for me that no African team has made any impact on this, any soccer World Cup ever. And not to mention winning it. I believe that with the right coach, this is not just a faint possibility, but it can be a reality in not that many years to come, should it happen. So Rassie may be something you can consider. You will certainly make a huge name for yourself and copious amounts of money. However, during the Springboks campaign in this current World Cup, but also in previous ones, in fact, I think all the teams in all the World Cups that we've participated in have said always that they are playing for the South African nation, to instill some hope and determination and a feeling of good through what Springboks achieved then in the World Cup. Some World Cups better than others. And the result yesterday, the neighbours next door partied till 2:30 or 3:30 this morning. I know at many places across South Africa, and South Africans in other countries have celebrated this achievement hugely yesterday. I have a slight understanding of how you did it, and not many people can do that. What Rassie, you and Jacques achieved. And what I mean by that is that you know how to instill a belief within the people that you are involved with through giving them information, letting them see that the information that you've given them, or the tools to gain this information, experience, call it what you want, it's not just the correct information, it's not just the best for their cause information or tools, it is what they truly need. And through your own hard work, by setting the example, not doing the talking, by setting the actual example, you have then created a belief, a true belief from the heart, not an agreement, not a contract, not yes coach, yes coach, a belief in your cause. Because only through the whole unit, the group, believing, truly believing that what they need to do is what you've said and how you've said it, will the result be what it was yesterday. But that's applicable to all walks of life. And I mean that in any institution, organization, company, business, department of government, governments themselves, political parties that forms governments. So, I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can. Rassie, unfortunately, I believe Jacques is going to Leinster, and I believe that the two of you works better as a team than individually. Jacques might keep you on the straight and narrow slightly better than if you were by yourself. But I would like you to consider taking up a responsibility of which you have now prophesied almost about, and the whole team has, about why the Springboks did and what their motivation was, i.e. the South Africans as a nation, our hardships that we face, the majority of our nation, every day. Small children going to school hungry, abuse on all sorts of levels, fear, violence, corruption from many, many, many different institutions, private sector and government. The fact of the lack of hope, what is happening, what's going to happen to me, to us, to my children, my grandchildren, when I'm not there anymore? Have they got a future? And the result has that as a nation, we are spread all over the world. Millions of us have had to pack up and go for their own individual reasons. So, and I believe it's because we do not have, no, we do have the right leaders, but nobody's prepared to say, truly, here I am, and I take that responsibility serious. Not half-heartedly, not, yes, I will do it, but they don't, or they get persuaded other ways through temptation, but truly, because with a true commitment into whatever cause you are committing yourself to, comes very hard work. You give something of yourself, sometimes even your health, and you have to be prepared to talk very little, listen to others, and believe, and get those with you to believe with you in your cause. So I would like to suggest to you, Rassie, that because of the need, and as a proud South African to who, or what I believe you are also, a proud South African, somebody who is proud of our history as a whole, and wants to be proud of our future as a whole, you could have an important role to play in this country. Short term, so after you've recovered from the celebrations with the rugby, medium term and long term. And short term meetings, setting up the structures so that, more so that if we can tap into the majority of schools setting up a sustainable structure for coaching children throughout South Africa, in every township, nobody will be able to beat us in the next 50 years, at minimum, if ever again, in the Rugby World Cup. Medium term, well, short to medium term, Eskom needs you, Transnet needs you, Portnet needs you. Longer term, the government needs you. There are political parties to choose from that need you, that can successfully lead this country and its people in order for us as a nation to achieve the impossible, what people think is impossible. Rassie, I don't think I am being ridiculous or far-fetched by suggesting in time to come you could even be president of this country. Certainly if Boris Johnson could lead the UK and others, and there are many other examples across the world in as leaders of their nations or countries who shouldn't be there and doing a fantastically poor job, you could actually make a serious change in the average or the majority of South Africans' lives. I'd like you to think about it, and from me, Christo, unfortunately the other Christo cannot be here, and Christo is also not stupid. I hope that your success continues. Springboks, yet again, well done. And guys, please subscribe to our channel, like, share, and we wish you well.